There's no that guy. That's why I was trying to here last night.
Yeah, hey.
Here last night.
See that territorial hook? That's when I caught that jack with.
But my father used to trap all winter on the up the Tolson River, and in the summer you would commercial fish around Simpson Islands, Union, East Arm, all over. He commercial fish. So I was a little boy and I used to travel with him. So that's how I got to learn the country from the time I was a little guy, all the reefs. But it's changed a lot because the water's really low now. It's not like back then. I'd say the water, if you look at it, the high water mark, you could see it over there on the rocks, is about 6 feet. So the water's about 6 feet lower than when I was a young boy fishing with my father here. So I learned the area really well. Yeah, know all the fishing spots because we spent all summers here before for about, I'd say 10 years. So I got to know it. Then after I had a commercial fish myself in this area. And then I ran a couple of tourist camps in this area, so I even got to learn it a lot better. I had time to run around. And I also used this area a lot when I was younger, mainly. So we spent a lot of time in the East Arm hunting caribou and fishing and picking plants. There's a lot of plants up there that's really old. So the medicine from those plants is a lot stronger than the young growth. The older roots are stronger than the young for medicine, like for power medicine. So there's a lot of spruce down there, a lot of Labrador tea. There's all kinds of berries that you use, blueberry roots, strawberry roots. You mix them together for the different things. But all the plants, everything out there it's like a drugstore for us. You know, we boil plants for different things. We use a lot of spruce. We use the gum and we use the inner bark, the white inner bark. We boil that a lot. We use a lot of stuff from the land over here. And then we also pay the land when we take it. And we keep it and use it. So if you come back every year, you can get a year's supply up here. So that East Arm, that's probably one of the last fresh waters in the world up here in the Northwest Territories right now. Even though they put dams, the natural lakes dammed off the Tolson system, they held water back. They're holding water back for the power plants. Bennett Dam in the 60s, that really did a number on us. They're holding water back there too. Also, Snare Lake. So there's a bunch of dams that are holding water back. That's the reason the water is so low. That's one of the reasons. That water is so low. You see, by holding water back like that, you flood an area, and it's natural. There's a lot of mercury out there, natural mercury, which comes from the plants. Comes from the plants and minerals off the rocks that's underwater being washed. So it comes down the river system. So it kind of interferes with our water. You get mercury levels that are high, the fish start moving away. Oh, I got a bite. Okay, you let go. So, and the East Arm is one of the last places, I guess, has the best water in the world. But I wouldn't mind seeing tourism maybe, and like I said, maybe bottled water, something that's not going to do damage to the water in the area. But they also got to protect it too from fires, because lichen takes 50 years to mature before the caribou stomach could digest it. And if it burns, most of the country is already burnt, so there's not too much food for the caribou. So between the industry and the forest fires and all the hunters and Aboriginal hunters and other hunters, tourist camps and big game outfitters, really took its toll on the caribou. Plus the wolves, the grizzly bears, everything is pretty well going after the caribou, so it really affected them. But I don't like to see that happen over on this side in the East Arm area. I like to. Some areas are not burnt. Most of it's burnt, I guess, but some areas are not burnt. And what's not burnt, I like them to protect it for the caribou and other animals that use the land, because we live off them. We live off the caribou. That's like our meat market, and it's like going shopping for us. And for us, it's different. We're not used to this beef. It's not the same. We grew up with that wild meat. It's got a special taste. It's got a lot of iron, a lot of good stuff in there. So we got to have that, especially the elders.